Up guys, it's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match preview for Barbastro versus Barcelona in the Copa Del Rey round of 32. It is the first round for Barcelona to participate in the Copa Del Rey, as we did finish in the top 4, or of course won the championship last year, and we've entered the competition a bit later than the other teams have for that accomplishment, but we are in the King's Cup, the competition that belongs to Barcelona, the most titles won with 31, and we're now on a quest to win it for the first time since under Ronald Koeman in 2021. That was the last time we won it. Of course, last year we were locked out in an embarrassing fashion and a capitulation fashion as well. And now time to redirect that, redefine that, and go out there hopefully and win. Probably you could say one of the only trophies that we actually have a chance of winning this season. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so your regular kickoff time for Barcelona in any sort of match, especially during the weekend. And this match will be taking place at the Municipal de Barbastro, which is the home stadium of Barbastro. I believe it has a 5,000 capacity. Of course, it will be sold out tomorrow. Of course, the pitch will be absolutely shite because they gotta do everything in their power to try and create one of the biggest upsets ever probably in the King's Cup. And the referee for this match has been confirmed, and on the pitch it will be Juan Luis Santana, and of course in this round there is no VAR. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Barbastro. There's really not much to analyze, especially for someone of the highest level like we are. When you're trying to analyze a side like this, it's really nothing much there. They're a 5th division side in the Spanish top flights. I believe they've never faced the first team. They faced the Barca B, or Barca Athletic should I say, a few times, but never come up against a match with the first team. They're currently sat in 9th place in the 5th division. So far this season they played 16 matches. They have 5 wins, 6 draws, and 5 losses. They're currently sat on 21 points. You can see the Athletic Bilbao B team here, the Real Sociedad C team. You have Alaves' B team as well. So this is the kind of level that you could expect from them. If you look at their last few games in all competition, in their last match they did win 1-0 against Real Sociedad C team away from home as well. They played they won a league game 3-0, another 1-0 victory. They had a draw, 1-0 victory. They had a loss, then a 0-0 draw. So in their recent matches they haven't lost, but they had a poor stint around November time where they did lose a few matches. But with their last game being, you know, of recent, they are, you know, somewhat fit. They haven't played, I believe, in the past week or so. They're just coming fresh off the back of the new year. They haven't played in the new year quite yet, so there is that, you could say, lack of freshness on the pitch, which could be taken into consideration. But again, this is something that you can't really analyze. This is going to be based off moments, based on the atmosphere, and based on maybe Barcelona's capitulation as well to that atmosphere, to the moment, to the scenario as well. Their coach has been speaking lately in the media. Their coach, Danny Martinez, came out saying, I'm expecting the best opponent. We can't forget it's Barcelona, one of the best teams in the world. They have to win everything in all competitions. We have to go out there with authority as well. We know that maybe we can come with the people from the youth team, but whoever comes will have tremendous quality, and I'm expecting the best version of Barcelona. But the pressure is on Barcelona, and we'll have to try to make it difficult for them. Again, their game plan is going to be very, very simple. Sit back, soak it up maybe a little bit for the first few minutes, but once you get that one counterattack, get the crowd on your side, make the pitch crappy, make it slippery, because again, Barcelona are going to be playing based on technical quality, based on actual football. They're going to be, part of my language, part of a lack of term, they're going to shithouse it. That's all they can do. I mean, this is the level that you expect nowadays as well. You have to pretty much hope that we don't do anything and that everything goes their way. So, in terms of personnel as well, I've looked at their squad list and their players. There's no player that rings a bell. They did sign a striker, I believe, a week and a half ago in a free agent, some experienced 3rd or 4th division striker, but that's pretty much it in terms of actual personnel. But again, this game for them will be played on moments. They'll be able to use, of course, the bad pitch to their advantage. The 5,000 small stadium, they'll be all against us as well. They're going to feed off that to try and get a very historic result, not only for their club's history, but also the history of the Copa Del Rey. Now, in regards to the first team, we do have some injury and also fitness updates around Barcelona. The squad list will be coming out tomorrow in the morning, as Xavi is going to be awaiting a few players to be available for this game. But there is one player who will not be available, and that is João Cancelo. Of course, because of that injury against Las Palmas a few nights ago, and the club did confirm that tests carried out have revealed that João Cancelo has a left MCL sprain. He is out for now, and his recovery will determine his availability. Of course, following the official injury news, Javi Miguel, the main man himself, has come out saying that João Cancelo will be out for around 2 or 3 weeks. Right now, João Cancelo's participation in the Spanish Super Cup seems complicated, and the goals to recover ahead of the next La Liga matchup, which I believe will be against Betis, if I'm not mistaken. The final diagnosis has been a relief for the club, since everything indicated is more serious injury, and he could have been ruled out for even more than a month. So again, we heard those reports during the game, more serious than what the club think, but the scans and the tests have showed that it's not that serious. Again, the MCL is a very delicate and serious area where if it's more injured, if it's, you know, more intact, more work put on it, it will, you know, hinder the injury even longer. But since it was initial, very early on in the game, we subbed him off, did not risk him. 2 or 3 weeks for Cancelo, which probably means he'll miss a Super Cup, but Xavi thinks otherwise. We'll talk about that in his press conference. Now, Cancelo is not the only first-team player that we're going to be missing in this game. There is 2 others as well. First one, a player that we thought would get a lot of minutes in this game, probably play the full 90, Lamine Yamal. He will not be available for tomorrow's game because he has to serve a red card suspension that he got in the youth Copa Del Rey last season. Tony Juan Martinez came out saying Lamine Yamal is out for tomorrow's match against Barbastro, as he got sent off in the last match for the Juvenil A Copa Del Rey versus Malaga in January of 2023. Now, it sucks that he's not going to be available. I think he would have had an absolutely fantastic game, but it's very, very important that Barcelona figured this out and picked up on the scenario, because if Lamine Yamal played and the media found out, or the other team found out that they played a suspended player, we would have been kicked out of the Copa del Rey. Barca would have moved on automatically. We've seen this a lot in the past. I think Barca Femenit suffered from this last year. That's why they didn't win the treble, because they got kicked out of the women's Copa del Rey because they played an illegal player. We saw it, of course, with Real Madrid quite a few times, if you know what I mean. Nonetheless, though, no Lamine Yamal, not only for this game, but also for the round of 16. It is a 2-game suspension for Lamine Yamal. Now, the final player that we don't know whether or not he'll be at tomorrow's game is Alejandro Balde. He did not train today due to an illness, and now it's going to be a question of whether he'll make it or not. The issue with Alejandro Balde is that right now he's the only fit first-team fullback. So if Alejandro Balde is not available for this game, we're going to be going to this game with no first-team fullbacks whatsoever, because you have Alonso, who's injured, Balde is sick, and Cancelo is injured. Of course, you want to counter Bergto as a fullback, by all means, he's not a fullback. So we're probably going to see Hector Ford play a hell of a lot of minutes in tomorrow's game. But those are the updates that we currently have. Well, hopefully that Alejandro Balde can at least be in the squad list, maybe play around half an hour. Again, he needs minutes under his belt as well, hasn't been playing too much. We won't see Lamine Yamal or Cancelo tomorrow, though. Time now to get into the press conference reaction of Xavi Hernandez, who did his press conference very late on this evening in Barcelona. It was a very late press conference because the training took place in the evening to give the team the extra rest. Nonetheless, though, the press conference did take place, gave us a lot of indication and some big news in this press conference as well. Very big press conference for the situation of the game. Let's get and see what Xavi had to say this afternoon, should I say, in the presser. So he first came out saying that the match against Barbastro, these games are the ones that we have to go out and win a lot. We have to play with all 5 senses. For them, it'll be the game of their lives. We have to instill it in the players that this Copa del Rey title is very important for the history of the club. We have analyzed Barbastro. We have last year's Intercity, but we are starting with enthusiasm and we want to win this competition. It's our objective. It's an important title for the club. Then asked on an injury update on Cancelo, here's one of the big news that Xavi did mention in this press conference. He said that Cancelo is doing well. He's feeling good. Right now, he is not ruled out for the Super Cup. He's feeling very well. Now, this for me is going to be a huge risk. I think against Osasuna, of course, in that semi-final, you cannot play Cancelo. But if we make the final, get him on some drugs and painkillers, you never know. You could see him. Again, when it's 2 to 3 weeks, I think the Super Cup final will probably mark a week and a half of Cancelo being out, so you are going to be rushing him back early. So again, those painkillers will be very important. Then Xavi was asked on Lamine Yamal's participation tomorrow. He said that, look, Lamine Yamal's suspension in the Copa del Rey. Yes, he is carrying suspension from last year's match against Malaga in the Youth Cup, and he has a 2 match ban. So he's going to be banned for this game, and if we make it to the round 16 as well. Then asked on Alejandro Balde, saying his Balde was sick. He said, yes, we'll try and count him tomorrow. We'll show the squad list in the morning. We're going to be waiting for Alejandro Balde. He's not feeling well, but hopefully he'll be able to be in the list tomorrow. He was then asked on Victor Roque's chances of starting the game tomorrow. He said that, look, I think physically he needs rhythm and minutes, and tomorrow he will get them. We'll see how much, but yes, it's a game for players with less minutes, but without testing as well. It's not an easy game, and we know about the precedents. So again, very good point from Xavi. This is a game where you can play the likes of Victor Roque and, you know, your other squad players, but it's also not a game where you want to try something new and, you know, give someone who's just come in big minutes as well. So we could not see maybe Victor Roque starting tomorrow's game. Then as Inigo Martinez's fitness, some big news here, saying that Inigo Martinez will be in the squad this tomorrow and he will have some minutes as well. He's feeling very well. He's had a great recovery, and we have missed his character, which is of course great news in terms of his return on the pitch. He's then asked on Marc Guehi whether he'll get some minutes, start the game, so on and so forth, and Xavi said, I have a lot of faith in Marc Guehi, but we have decided with the staff that he should go with the juvenile A team. We have important matches against Celta Vigo. We have a lot of faith in him, and he will continue to have opportunities in the first team. So no Marc Guehi in tomorrow's match. He will be playing with Juvenile A and helping them in their match against Celta Vigo's, I think, B or C team. Xavi said, look, I like Marc Guehi. He has a lot of things about him. Guehi's chances will not have nothing to do with the signing of Victor Roque. He's saying Victor Roque's implication will not affect the minutes that he was going to be getting in the first team, but the fact he's not going to be there tomorrow does kind of suck a bit. So probably see Angel Alecron be that backup striker for Victor Roque, and maybe even see minutes from Robert Lewandowski tomorrow as well. Xavi continues on saying the most important thing tomorrow is for respect for our opponent. We do think we're going to have a simple and easy one. It's going to be a mistake. Barbastro has some very good things about them. They eliminated the first division side, of course, in Almeria, where there'll be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a complicated game. One mistake can leave you out of the cup. He was then asked about the January transfer window, and he said that we have to make people see that at the moment we can't bring in anyone else. It's the reality from where we will see it. I insist with Gavi's injury, a reinforcement in the midfield will be very good. We are in constant contact with Deco, Uste, and others. Roque is a signing for the future, but there could also be a bet for the present. So Xavi is basically saying, look, I do want a midfielder, especially with Gavi's long-term injury, but at this current moment, this second, we can't sign anyone. He's correct. We're still waiting for the FFP margin from La Liga, and hopefully that Barca Visions or Barca Studio sale to Liberal Football Finance or Goldman Sachs, whatever the case may be. We do need something to come in terms of income to make that fair play margin available for Barcelona. We're probably looking at the last 48 hours signing in the midfield, by the way. Anyways, he was then asked on Casado, saying he will get his minutes tomorrow. He's going to be in that squad list. And Xavi said, we've talked a lot about Marc Casado. He has a level of a first-team player. There's a lot of competition, but I like him. Courage, faith, attitude. He's a leader. I like him in training and in the squad. He gives me confidence. He's then asked on the future of the captain of the club, Sergi Roberto, and here's probably the biggest news of the press conference. Xavi said, I would recommend the club to renew Sergi Roberto's contract. They already know my opinion. He's an important player and he can play in multiple positions. You have to explain very little with Sergi Roberto. He knows what Barcelona is, what it represents. He's a very criticized player, but he always gives his best. So Xavi is saying that he wants Roberto to renew, and this for me is massive. This is massive in the sense that if Xavi's the manager next season, Roberto will be the captain. There is no way that Xavi, you know, if I hope Xavi continues. You know, I like Xavi. If Xavi is going to be the manager, Roberto is going to be staying, and that for me is a big decision. Again, I understand that people want Roberto to leave. I'm in favor of Roberto leaving as well. But if Xavi wants him, he's going to earn peanuts. I don't really see why everyone can complain. Again, he's been our best player over the past 3 games. Nonetheless, though, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The most important thing to know is that Xavi has told Barcelona to renew the contract of Sergi Roberto. Anyway, Xavi continues on by saying that we believe the second half of the season has to be better, but we have to improve ourselves without making calculations about numbers step by step. That's what we want to set ourselves. There are several competitions coming up, match by match. We have to have a better second half of the season. Repeat games like we did against Atletico Madrid and the one against Porto at home. But yes, we have to get more points. He then adds on Ilkay Gundogan's participation so far. He said that Ilkay has given us a lot. The other day, he made a difference in the difficult match. He's a player who marks the personality of the team. He's always positive. He has fallen from the sky for us. Everything is judged here, but his numbers are very good. Then asked on Hector Ford, saying that Hector Ford will certainly get minutes tomorrow. We'll see where. I have a lot of faith in him. He's strong, and we have high hopes for him. Right now, Hector Ford is our only fit fullback, so I'll tell you for free, he's 100% going to play and 100% probably going to start the game. We must have continuity. We have to be more forceful, be more aggressive. Then the team relies on faith and courage. Physically, we're doing very well. We're finishing better than we started, but we have to get our toes in at the start. Finally, Xavi was asked about the grass and the stadium of Barbastro, what he expects from it, and he said, look, I'm always worried about the grass, but I'm more worried about the team. There are no excuses to be made. We have to be aggressive and match them there, and you always have to show it. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Barbastro tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best to predict this lineup. I think it's going to be damn near impossible to get 11 out of 11, but we can get maybe a general consensus of the squad. But I think that Xavi will select this lineup on the screen right now. I think they'll go with Iñaki Peña in goal, a back four of Hector Fort, Christensen, Cubarsí, and Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Romeo, Fermin Lopez, and Sergi Roberto, and a front three of Ferran Torres, Victor Roque, and João Felix. I think firstly, Iñaki Peña will stay in goal. I don't think we'll see Astrolaga, even though technically you want to see the cup keeper come in. Iñaki Peña is a cup keeper. Once Ter Stegen gets back, he's not going to play that many minutes, so might as well give it to him now. And also, the experience will be good for him. In the back four, now there is a rule, I believe, in the Copa Del Rey where you have to play 7 first-team players from the start, if I'm not mistaken. So I think, again, the one center back you want to play maybe is Christensen. I don't think Inigo Martinez will start this game, especially being out for a month and coming back in the atmosphere and the pitch being as it is. I think we'll see Christensen alongside Cubarsí. I think Koundé and Araujo are seen as the untouchables in that center back department for now. Of course, Hector Fort at right back. We have no one else. I think he will start Balde even fresh off his sickness. If he is fit, of course. If he's not fit, then we might see Gerard Martin. I have no idea. We have literally no one else at left back. Midfield three, I think 100% Romeo will start this game. I think 100% Fermin Lopez will start. It's just down to who that other midfielder will be. We even could see maybe Roberto in a fullback position. If Balde isn't fit, we could see Roberto left back, and we could see Casado in the midfield. But I think Roberto's pretty much guaranteed to start this game, whether it be in the midfield or in the fullback position. In that front three, of course, I think 100% João Felix will start this game. The question is, who will be the other two forward? I think 100% one of them will be Ferran Torres. Up front is between Lewandowski and Victor Roque. I think Xavi will go with Victor Roque. You surely cannot risk Lewandowski in a game like this. I get it, Lewandowski has been shite. He's still Robert Lewandowski. I think Xavi will start Roque, but there is definitely a very high chance that Lewandowski starts this game. In terms of the team right now, the only question marks I really have is who will be that third midfielder, who's going to be the left back, what will be the center back partnership. I think that goalkeeper, right back, the other two midfielders, the front three pretty much picks itself. Again, keep in mind, Xavi just had to start, I believe, 7 first-team players. Fermin Lopez doesn't count as a first-team player, by the way, so you have to, allocate correctly. I just hope that the big players won't play, the likes of Araujo, Koundé. I think Gundogan and Frankie not playing this game is absolutely crucial as well. So we'll wait and see how things turn out. But this is the thing that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach, and I have made a few tweaks and changes from Xavi's lineup prediction. I've gone with this lineup on the screen right now. I've got Iñaki Peña in goal, a back four of Hector Fort, Mikel Fey, Cubarsí, Alejandro Balde, a midfield three of Romeo, Casado, and Fermin Lopez, and a front three of Ferran Torres, Victor Roque, and João Felix. Again, I've done a full rotation. I've not taken any risks whatsoever, even though Roberto, this is the kind of game you want to see him play. He's pretty important at the moment. He's one of the only few fit players, and also he's on form. I brought in Mikel Fey as center back as well. I don't want to risk Christensen whatsoever. I would risk Balde. I think Balde does need some minutes, I guess some runs in the team. I think this team can definitely beat Barbastro on paper, but it won't be a walk in the park. I really want to see Casado start this game as well. I think he's really impressed in the friendly game that we played. What was the other game that he came on? I think Antwerp, where he came on and played well. There were some moments when some cameos from Casado this season where he has really impressed me, so I really want to see him start the game as well. Of course, this does mean that Ferran Torres will end up being the captain of the team. I will start Ferran Torres between him and Raphinha as well, give him some extra minutes, even though I think he's an undisputed starter at the moment, and hopefully João Felix can show some magic in this game. But that's the lineup that I will select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know if you'd rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup. Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I'm very, very confident Barcelona will win this game. The question is, will they make it difficult or not? I think they will. I've got Barcelona winning this game 2-1. Still no win by more than 2 goals yet. I think this will be a very, very tight game, especially with the rotation that we are expecting from Xavi. I'm a little bit worried that Xavi might go, not full strike, but put out like a decent side, like maybe make 2 changes from the match against Las Palmas, because he really wants to go out there and get this result. Again, the Copa Del Rey come April might save his job, because he's at a point now where he needs to lift some sort of silverware, or else he's going to be gone in the summer. So he really needs this result. Again, it's going to come down to, you know, moments. It's going to come down to how good the pitch really is going to be. I will say this though, if we concede first, we're done. 100%, especially in that first 15-20 minutes. If we concede that early, I think we're toasted. I think we have to get the first goal first. If they bring it back to 1-1, that's fine, but you can't give them that moment to really get that momentum and confidence and boost from not only the players and the adrenaline, but also from the fans as well. Gotta stamp your mark. You gotta get those goals as early as possibly be. Again, last season, Intercity, during this moment of the Copa del Rey, we did go into extra time. Hopefully that isn't the case. We don't really need many more minutes than we already have to play in football. So hopefully the team can get the job done as early as possible. I'm very, very confident Barcelona will win this match, and I have gone Barcelona win this game by 2-1. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think the scoreline will be. So that was my match preview for Barbastro versus Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to see, of course, is your score prediction, and secondly on those lineups. First, whether I pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup, what do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go through the manager? Leave me all your thoughts down below, and of course make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me and watch the game with me. Follow me after the match by match reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully a fun day out, but it probably won't be. I think it will be a very tight game, but hopefully we can get the job done and progress to the next round. Take care and Forza Barca.